Anyone who's never watched somebody die is suffering from a pretty bad case of virginity. For 12 months I watched my father dying when I was 10 years old. He'd come back from the war in Spain, you see, and certain God-fearing gentlemen over there, they'd made such a mess of him. He didn't have long left to live. Everyone knew it. Even I knew it. But you see, I was the only one who cared. His family were embarrassed by the whole business. Embarrassed and irritated. As for my mother, all she could think about was the fact that she'd allied herself to a man who seemed to be on the wrong side of all things. My mother was all for being associated with minorities, provided that they were the smart and the fashionable ones. We all of us waited for him to die. The family sent him a cheque over every month, hoping that he'd get on with it quietly, without too much vulgar fuss. My mother looked after him without complaining, and that was about all. Perhaps she pitied him. I suppose she was capable of that. But I was the only one who cared. Every time I sat on the edge of his bed listening to him talking or reading to me, I had to fight back my tears. By the end of 12 months, I was a veteran. All that feverish failure of a man had to listen to him was a small and frightened boy. Hour upon hour I spent in that tiny bedroom. He could talk to me for hours, pouring out all of his life to one lonely, bewildered little boy. I could barely understand half of what he was saying. All he could feel was the pain and the despair. The sweet, sickly smell of a dying man. You see, I learned from an early age what it was like to be angry and hopeless. And I can never forget it. I knew more of love, betrayal, and death when I was 10 years old than you will probably ever know all of your lives.